Welcome to the Podium. This is a Stats and Fats production all about motorsports. I'm Jim Rouse. Let's get started. Welcome back to the Podium. This week, we're researching about Le Mans, recapping the first round of the Cup Series playoffs, and yes, getting silly some more. Let's fire up those engines. You know, for a part of the Triple Crown, and probably the biggest race of the year for the manufacturers, they really didn't talk about Le Mans much. I didn't even know it was on until halfway through the race. Kind of disappointing, really. To recap, the winners were the Toyota number 8 of Kazuki Nakajima, Sebastian Buemi, and Brendan Hartley. Third win in a row for Toyota, Kazuki, and Sebastian Buemi, while Hartley got his second win after 2017 with Porsche. Fernando Alonso had been in the car the previous 2 years. In the LMP2, that was the best race of the day. Honestly, it was the United number 22 of Paul di Resta, Felipe Albuquerque, and Phil Hansen. They had to pit right at the end of the race, but so did second place Anthony Davidson, which held the win for them by a little less than 40 seconds. GTE Pro 24-hour race won by just over a minute and a half. Aston Martin got its first win in Pro in 3 years. And the 97 team was Alex Lynn, Maxime Martin, and Harry Tinknell. GTE AM also went to Aston. The much more dominant number 90, Jonathan Adam, Charlie Eastwood, and Saleh Jolik were the winners there. Still a very important race for motorsports. It is one to win. I mean, anybody should try to win that if they're a true racer, but it's sad that it really wasn't even talked about. And I know with COVID and everything, it just kind of got lost in the shuffle of having to be moved, but man, still, it just doesn't feel right. Like, we need to have this race matter, and it also doesn't help that Toyota's the only competitive team to win the overall race, but still, hopefully Le Mans can bounce back because it's nearing its 100-year anniversary. As for the Cup Series playoffs, Ryan, William, Matt, and Cole exit stage left. Custer, DiBenedetto, Byron, no surprises. They were 3 of the bottom 4 in the regular season standings. They were in the bottom half of the reset. Byron pretty much was last of the drivers in. He got the win, but he would have been last of everybody. And then Custer only in because of his win. Ryan Blaney, though, he was a number 7 seed, and he's been quite good, but it's just like his year matched what his races usually look like. Strong to start, and then completely faded, and was honestly worthless at the end. And Ryan Blaney has got to get that fixed because it's almost as bad as like Eric Jones missing the playoffs. You may as well not even be in. Obviously, the speed is there, but it just seems like Blaney struggles to close. Yeah, I say, even with his extension, that heat is seating up because drivers are going to start being judged on Final Four appearances to keep seats. And I just don't see it for Blaney. He's got to step up. You can't be the quickest Penske car and then fail to make the second round. That's not going to happen. Then finally, with silly season, the Germain Racing Charter, it sounds like Denny Hamlin is going to be the purchaser of that, and Michael Jordan may be going in as a part owner. Again, he only denied the rumors of buying into Richard Petty Motorsports, not a NASCAR team, so that could be interesting there. Bubba Wallace will likely be the driver of Denny Hamlin's team, as he'll be bringing plenty of sponsorship. There's also a rumor that they may go team up with the Gaunt brothers in the 96, and that would be the charter, especially now that Daniel Suarez is out of that car. So the charter would come from Germain. The team itself would be a Toyota team in the 96 Gaunt brothers team. It sounds like Kyle Larson probably being rumored over at Hendrick, Ty Dillon to the 43, and with Larson, hasn't yet applied for reinstatement, so not sure what's going to happen there, but that would be quite a swing to see Larson be the favorite for that car with Brad Keselowski be completely out of NASCAR for a year and come back and have that ride anyway. What a remarkable turn that would be. And then just today, Ross Chastain was announced in the 42, finally getting to fulfill that Ganassi contract he's had for a couple years now. So very cool story there for Ross. Glad to see him get that ride, Florida boy. And hopefully the Watermelon Man will calm down a little bit now that he's made it and can start to build that team, because he's going to be judged. He needs to be right there with Kurt Busch, making good results happen in that 42 to get them in the playoffs next year. And also a silly season, NASCAR has announced that the Texas Motor Speedway is losing a points-paying race date. They'll gain the All-Star race, but incredible that they're losing a race date. Surprised Eddie Gossage allowed that to happen, but I think he realizes his track is just not very good anymore. Nobody cares about Texas. So, also, the Circuit of the Americas road course for Formula One in Austin may be getting their second race date. That is the big rumor, and it sounds like 2 other new tracks will join the Cup Series schedule next year, which would join Circuit of the Americas and the previously officially announced Nashville Super Speedway. So a lot of exciting things happening for 2021 in NASCAR before that new car comes along the following year. I'm excited about it. A lot of driver changes as well, and it's been a little bit calm for what we thought it would be, but you know what? Still a lot of big things happening, especially if we get a new owner in Denny Hamlin. Now it's time to answer some questions. Remember, again, you can send those to us on Twitter at Stats and Fats or at JimRouse96. You can also send them to us on Facebook, Stats and Fats Productions. First up, Johnny here asks, will anyone else win a Formula One Grand Prix other than Lewis the rest of the way? I don't know. He's going to be tough to stop. Only one circuit has proven an Achilles for the Mercedes so far. That's Silverstone. And we've passed Lewis's Mulligan track in Austria. However, we have to take into account that half of the 8 courses really haven't been run much. The Nürburgring hasn't been seen since the hybrid, or Mercedes dominance, era started. Algarve was a first-time venue. Imola was last used for a Grand Prix the year before Hamilton started racing in Formula One. And the Bahrain Outer Circuit is just a different animal completely, though it lends itself to the Mercedes anyway. I will say yes, somebody will win a race other than Lewis, but it's Valtteri Bottas, because Mercedes is going to win the rest of the way. And they're going to be that one race short that Verstappen stole, and of course, the one that Lewis kind of threw away with Mercedes in Italy. So 2 races away from a perfect season. At Mark69421, what's your favorite paint scheme in Formula One this year? Wow, okay. 2 F1 questions and on the off week too. I love it. The Mercedes looks slick, but it just doesn't look like a Mercedes because it's not silver. Honestly, it's the Red Bull scheme because it's becoming iconic, so it's probably the best out there. I really don't see any others that really stand out. The Haas is good, but it's just kind of, it'd be better if it were up front more. I do like the Renault, the way it kind of looks black from one view and then yellow from the other, but I'm going with the Red Bull. Nope, sticking with it. Red Bull. And Joey asks, well, you were wrong about the first round. Can you not be so bad this time? Thanks, bud, but, give me a break. Blaney was the 5 seed getting upset by the 12 seed who happened to be Austin Dillon. Show me anyone but that 3 team who picked him to advance. I gambled on the 21 and was wrong. Sue me. Out in round 2, let's go with Boyer again, although he was pretty good, but I just don't see it happening for him here. Kurt Busch, Alex Bowman, they're not there. And I'm going to knock Rowdy out here because I feel like Dega's going to bite him. He's frustrated, he's upset. I just feel like it's going to bite him and eliminate him. So no real surprises. Maybe Eric Almirola is a surprise to get through, but I don't really think so. So I think we'll end up in the third round. You'll have your 7 of your top 8 seeds, and then I don't even know who else I'm swinging through there, but there's my 4. The Busch brothers, Bowman, and Boyer. Now, let's head down to the podium. In third place, Rick Houston. Now look, I know the guy doesn't really drive cars or even work on them, but he's doing the next best thing about them, which is writing about them. Now, he's walked 5,000 miles, and Gander and Camping World CEO Marcus Lemonis is going to ensure that the 32-year history of the now-defunct NASCAR Winston Cup, Nextel Cup, Sprint Cup, Scene magazine will be digitally archived for fans to enjoy and learn about the sport. Props to you, Rick, and to you too, Marcus. In second place, Sam Mayer. Man, the kid's acting like he's DW, Rusty Wallace, or Kurt Busch with his Bristol prowess. He's won 3 out of 4 starts in ARCA and ARCA East at the track, and earned his first Truck Series win by flat-out dominating his GMS teammates at the end, including 2018 Series champ Brett Moffitt. At just 17, he's got a very bright future, especially with JR Motorsports signing him for the Xfinity Series for 2021 on a partial schedule and 2022 as a full-timer. And in first place, Brad Smith. All right, he's 100 races short of Michael Waltrip's 0 for 462 start in the Cup Series, but we ain't talking about a win here. Nope, we're talking about a top 10 finish. In the ARCA race at Winchester, Brad Smith, in his 363rd career start, got his first ARCA top 10. Listen, he's never raced a competitive car in the series. Often he's a start and park or gets lapped every 10 laps, but he's never quit. The guy who showed up week after week since 1988, knowing a top 10 wasn't even likely. Brad, you are a racer's racer, and I know the Hilton family smiles down on you and the entire team for your accomplishment. Congratulations, it is well earned. Thanks for listening to The Podium. Remember to like and share the podcast with your friends. Don't forget you can find us on Spotify, Stitcher, Apple, Google, iHeartRadio, and more at Stats and Fats Productions. Check out our YouTube channel as well, Stats and Fats Show with Fitz. Talking Hardball with the Fats will post on Wednesday nights. Hat Trick Hockey uploads every Sunday afternoon. And our main show, the Stats and Fats Show with Fitz, drops every Friday night. Again, remember to tweet your questions to us on Twitter at Stats and Fats or on Facebook, Stats and Fats Productions. And don't forget to attack that next corner.